In today's tutorial, we are going to go over the RL1 summary in 2024. And I already have a video about this, but the RL summary form has changed. Essentially, all the boxes that are required are the same mostly. There's a couple of additional requirements with respect to the Quebec pension plan, which I will show you. And now the slip is actually on one page instead of several pages that you had to kind of press continue to go on to the next one. So they've actually simplified it. Okay, so I am on Revenue Quebec's My Account for Business page. You should log into your account, and when you log into your account, you will see all of your obligations, your tax obligations on the main page. And if you scroll down to source deductions and contributions, you would find the returns to be filed. On here, it'll say source deductions and contributions, RL1 summary. Make sure that it has these dates on it, 2024. If you have one that you haven't completed, then you might have a couple in here. And so we are simply going to file the summary. The slip can be done through here, or you may have filed it through your payroll service, through QuickBooks Online. I personally use WagePoint, or you may have submitted it another way. So anyway, let's go to the RL1 summary. I am going to click File, and it takes me to this page. And so now I'm going to go and simply enter all of the information required in each box. If you use a payroll service like QuickBooks Online or WagePoint or Payment Evolution or whatever, there should be an RL1 summary form available. You may have received a paper form as well to fill out, and you can actually fill that out and simply mail it in as well. But just make sure that all the boxes are completed, and we're going to go through what each box means. And let's start here. So information about the number of RL1 slips filed. So you can still mail them in, the RL1 slip. You can complete it manually and mail it in, or you can file them online. And again, that is the subject of another tutorial. So in my case, I am filing one RL1 slip online. So I will click one. Note that this is optional, but it's better to enter it if you can. The NP is a transmitter number. So if you are an accountant or a bookkeeper and do this for several clients, you might actually have a transmitter number. If you don't, not an issue. This is also optional, and I'm going to leave it blank. Okay, so let us scroll down. Here it gives me all of the information for, in this case, for each quarter. You might have it for each month as well. And it's the QPP contributions, which is the Quebec pension plan, the Quebec parental insurance plan, Quebec income tax, the health services fund, and then the totals. And these are the four types of tax that every employee has to pay, either employee or employer. And then these amounts are remitted on a monthly or a quarterly basis. So these totals should add up to what you remitted on a monthly or quarterly basis. So this is really useful because, and you can also enter your remittance being processed. And if you haven't yet submitted your last remittance, by now you probably should have, but if you haven't, you can put those numbers in here. And just a final note, this is 0 for the QPP contributions because this employee maxed out in September, and the max is based on approximately $73,000 of income. Okay, so let us scroll down. Now, these boxes, the employee contributions to the Quebec pension plan are mandatory. So I am going to enter the amount from my RL1 slip. So I will scroll down And here I will see I have 4160 for the employee, and the employer portion is always identical to the employee portion when it comes to Quebec pension plan. So I have the employee portion, 4160, and then the second level. So it's starting 2024, there's actually a second level of QPP contributions, CPP contributions as well. And the max in this case is 188. So I'm going to enter these amounts in the boxes. So here I have 4160, which is the same as the employer contribution. And then I have the additional contributions, which were 188 and 188. So let us scroll down. Now we have the Quebec Parental Insurance Plan. And in French, this is the RQAP. So if you have it in French, you should just look it up just to make sure. So here, if I scroll down, I have 464.36 and 650.48. I am simply going to copy and paste that onto my sheet, and here we have the totals get entered automatically. Now, Quebec income tax withheld, this box and this box, this is unusual. I'm not going to talk about these, but box E is definitely what is deducted from each employee's paycheck. So I am going to enter that. That is just simply this amount here, and you'll see box E, and you will enter this total amount of 13,542.95 over here. And again, this is the Quebec income tax that was withheld from all of your employees. So if you had several employees, it would be the total from all of your employees. So now we'll see here that the total that, according to this, is exactly the same as the total that was remitted, which is great. So there is zero relating to the Quebec income tax, the Quebec Parental Insurance Plan, QPIP, and QPP. When we add it all up, it equals to this. And over the year, we remitted the exact right amount. If you did not, if you remitted less or more, it will appear over here. If you remitted more, this will be a negative. Okay, so let's click on next. And now we are going to do the contribution to the Health Services Fund. Are you a public sector employee? Chances are you're not a public sector employee if you're watching this video. But you are going to enter the total payroll used to determine the contribution rate. And so if we scroll down over here, you will see that the total payroll is $98,749.99. So we are going to just paste that over here. Were you associated with other employers? If you were, then you'll have to enter their payroll. If you weren't, then you simply say no. Your NAICS code, this is not applicable. You don't have to enter anything here unless you are in the primary or manufacturing sectors. Your total payroll is less than 7.2 million and more than 50% is related to activities in the primary or manufacturing sectors. Again, this won't apply to most of you. And finally, if you're eligible for a credit, you would say eligible. In most cases, you're not, so you're simply going to say ineligible. And again, this video is the most common scenario for very small business owners with a couple of employees and nothing special in terms of their situation. The salary and wages subject to the contribution are basically the same as this amount over here. So we're simply going to copy and paste this over here to 1.65%. And you'll see that is the total that is due. In our case, we overpaid the Health Services Fund amount. And this is because the rate that we used was higher than the 1.65%. So consequently, this is a minus. We should receive a refund for this amount. Now, are you an employer that is exempt? Most employers not exempt. Again, the common situation is that you're not exempt. So you're going to say no here. And this, the CNT, contribution to labor standards, is commission de norme de travail, is only applicable at the end of the year and is only payable at the end of the year. So you have to do a calculation of the amount. You would only click here if you're subject to a reduced contribution rate. Again, not typical. So you won't select anything here. And then you are going to select the amount. Now, in this case, it is very important to keep in mind that the maximum amount is $94,000 per employee. So if you had 10 employees earning $100,000 each, you would actually only enter $940,000 here. But so in my case, I have one employee on this earning $98,749, as we saw above, but only $94,000 of that is applicable. So that's what I'm going to enter here. And if you scroll down, if you do in fact have a summary, you'll see that is the amount over here. And so the amount that you owe is $56.40. If you've paid an amount, you put it here. Most of you haven't. It's generally not included on the payroll anywhere. And then this contribution to the Workforce Skills Development and Recognition Fund is usually only applicable if you are at $2 million. So again, if you're watching this video, chances are you were not, and so you don't have to do anything here. And then the total, in this case, here's a refund because I have a refund of $246 less the amount payable of $56.40, which is equal to $190.47. Generally speaking, if you have paid the accurate amount of deductions, then you will have an amount payable of this $56.40 that you can then just send by using the Revenue Quebec payment code in online banking. That is what you will look for. So I also have to put an explanation. And so I am going to say the QHSF rate was which is why there is a refund and it isn't exact. So now I'm just going to click on next. And here I have a summary of everything. So you can see the remittance frequency, the year, the number of slips filed, everything that we entered. This was automatically populated by Revenue Quebec, all of our amounts. And then we can just quickly review everything, make sure it makes sense. And then we can go ahead and submit the form. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to certify that this is accurate and complete. And then I'm going to click on submit. Once you have done that, and you'll see it was successfully submitted by me, we recommend printing or saving, so we have done that. And if there was an amount payable, there would be another section with a payment code here. And it will essentially what you do, just to reiterate this, is you would go to online banking, either business banking or regular bill payments, find Revenue Quebec payment code and copy and paste this code into that section along with the amount payable, which will be the amount usually of the CNT, the contribution to the labor standards, or the commission de norme de travail. So hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comment section. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.